Okay, Chris, we ain't did this in a while, man. Let's take a trip to Tangent Town because this is something that I have never understood, man. At my big age, Ray, at my big age, Chris, at my big age, Jay and nephew, I have never understood. Like, I get it. You know, if you want to test yourself, you want to test the limits of humanity. I have never understood the joy in climbing a damn mountain. Like you ain't getting no money for this, brother. You ain't getting no medals. You ain't getting no awards. You're climbing a big ass mountain. You might risk your health. You might risk an injury. You're climbing this big ass mountain, and you're not getting anything from it. Just the satisfaction of saying I climbed the mountain. If somebody said, Nate, are you gonna climb Mount Everest? I would go to Mount Everest, Ray. I would climb up about 5 feet and hop back down. I climbed the damn mountain. That's all I'm doing today. Right. I ain't got to get to the top.
Right, yeah. I mean,
for what? For who, Chris?
I have no, because Darby isn't even in like a midlife crisis.
Yes.
Like, you know, like, because, you know, certain guys, when they're going through midlife crises, they'll like buy a motorcycle, right, or fuck 20-year-old chicks, or just something, start wearing leather pants,
sports cars,
all that stuff. And certain guys, they want to climb Mount Everest. I think Darby is still in the kind of daredevil stage of his life, and he's still like on the YOLO stuff, and maybe that's why he's doing it.
Also, mountain climbing is a very traditional type of activity. I'll just say that. Yeah. Ain't nobody non-traditional climbing mountains, nephew.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand. I've never understood the Bear Grylls crowd or the white adventurous crowd. This is not my black ass. That's just not me.
You want to know the craziest thing about it though is like this man like literally had like the world title like right there, and it's like, man, take your ass to work and go get the championship. bruh, I'm talking about, like, bruh, this whole storyline, like,
it's built around you.
That's what it seemed like. It seemed like this whole thing was about Darby finally getting that dub over Mox and getting the world championship. And now, dude, it's like Swerve. Swerve was already established anyway, but I feel like now you kind of, if you're gonna pivot, man, you got to pivot to Swerve.
Yep.
And then people are looking at it. I'm saying people. I'm talking about me. I'm looking at Swerve, Ospreay, and All In Texas. That's what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like I don't know where Darby fits. Like, and then on top of that, like now I feel like even from an owner perspective, it's like, man, we trying to put the world title on. You want to climb mountains and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's real talk right there. Because I mean, to me. And this isn't making fun of Darby, but it's like we're like you are in this company, and there are people depending on you to be one of the top guys in this company.
One of the pillars.
And if climbing fucking Everest is more important to this guy than when
you don't take your Mountain Dew sipping X Games participating ass home and go to work, Darby.
Yeah, I wouldn't be putting a belt on this motherfucker.
I'm about do. Why don't you do your job, Darby?
And it's like if you want to climb Everest.
You know what's extreme, Darby Allin? Paying your damn bills, son.
Yeah,
I'm about to say.
Come living in the projects. Come living in Southwest. Live in Southwest DC for a day. You want to feel hard? Come to South Central, 7th Avenues. Come to Crenshaw. I'll take you to MacArthur Park. Come to these places. If you want to be on the edge, do some real shit, man. Not some white boy shit where the Sherpas are gonna protect you.
Hey, Nate, you wanna know the crazy thing about it is like I feel like now. Oh, we got a super chat. Shout out to
T. Anthony. Welcome to the show, T. Anthony.
What's up, T. Anthony?
Shout out to T. Anthony, man. He said if Ray is hoping you get hit by a bus in order to save your life, it's a call to give the title to someone who's a right.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's true. That's true. It actually gives credence to what Ray was saying earlier, a little bit, man. Because this is ridiculous. I do agree with Andrew on this. It's getting ridiculous.
Hey, Chris, you want to know the crazy thing about it is like now I feel like by Darby doing this, his time has passed. Like that window of him being like the guy, but that window is Swerve's window now, and like that's it's no. And the crazy thing is nobody's fault but Darby's.
Right.
It's nobody else's fault. This is his decision. So now you gonna come back, and I think he'll get a great reaction when he comes back.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be in comparison to what the momentum that Swerve is building again. Like I don't think it'll be that. So like now it's like if I'm Tony, I'm just
especially
like,
if I have to sit through 3 more months of Death Riders just to get that moment with Darby.
Man,
it ain't worth it.
Not worth it.
Pack this Death Rider shit up. April 6th, Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying? Let's bring this world title back to the non-traditional side, man. It's time. it's time to make the AEW World Championship non-traditional, man. But speaking of wait, any last thoughts about this last topic?
Just it's so crazy because we talked earlier about Jade Cargill and the reaction that some people in the locker room had to her, and this man Darby Allin out here with Sal Masakea on the damn mountain somewhere with the Sherpas. Like bring your ass home to work, Darby.
Yeah. Jade asked for Christmas off. For that. But this motherfucker is climbing Everest. And it'll go Darby and shit. That just shows you how these microaggressions work, yo.
And that's the thing too. It's like I know in basketball, don't they got in the contracts to be like, hey,
yes,
don't be getting on no motorcycles, don't be out here.
Those prohibited sports, yeah.
It's like they don't have that in the AEW contract. It'd be like, hey, stay off the mountains, though.
Darby just be doing shit, bro. Like when he was talking about doing that whole thing about like on the lead up to Dynasty, on the lead up to Counter Everest, like the first time when he was talking about like, well, I might die on the mountain, and I'm like again, you don't ever want that to happen, but I'm talking about just from a business perspective. If I'm Tony, I'm like bro, like I do you want this fucking world title? Like, do you want this shit? Right. Or like, are you like you know what I'm saying? But again. It's kind of like, and it's so interesting, like with the Jade Cargill conversation, because like there's a lot of similarities and a lot of differences as well, and like Chris's point, like the microaggressions. But it's like that's that sort of conversation we had about like the sort of love for the business. And I'm not questioning Darby's love for the business, but I'm talking about this specific situation is so like jarring to me because it's like what the like, Brad, you have the world championship right here, and then but again, I think that if Swerve loses at Dynasty, which I think is a mistake if that happens, then that'll clearly let you know that they're waiting for Darby to get off this mountain, and then I guess whatever.
That's a ridiculous statement. Like we're holding up our world title scene. So this fool can climb a damn mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
Pause. Yeah.
If that is the case, I will start like seriously doubting TK's prowess as a promoter, and I've never been one of those people that say, oh, TK is too nice or whatever, because I don't think there's anything wrong with being nice if you're a boss,
right?
But I do think there are limits to certain things, right? And climbing Mount Everest is kind of.
Imagine if you in that locker room, Chris, and you asked for some PTO when TK was like, "Nah, I can't approve that, son." You're like, "Hold on, but you let Darby,
exactly,
get up on this damn mountain,
right?
And I can't take 2 days off to go see my family."
Now you want to know what's so like? I genuinely, and we talk about like the reaction to some of the people, like the situation with Jade and WWE, and like how some talents kind of felt some type of way, I guess. I genuinely wonder like how some of those talents in AEW, like if Swerve is to lose at Dynasty, like I genuinely wonder how a lot of those talents are gonna feel if Darby comes back and beats Mox for the world title. Like it's gonna be like he been gone since late last year. I mean, since late last year, and he been climbed the mountain, and now he get to be the world champion again. And it's like, be the world champion for the first time. It's like, I don't know, man. Like I definitely think it's gonna be interesting. Like if there's any reports or anything like that about how certain people feel about that, but
we'll see how much TK values tradition.
He said Darby is a pillar. That's the difference. Well,
yeah.
What
the hell does that mean?
How you gonna be a pillar if you're not there to lift up the house?
So was Jack Curry, right?
I mean, him being. Oh yeah, hold on. Say that again, Jay.
I was like, so Jared Perry, he a pillar.
Talk to
Yeah.
him, Jay.
That term pillar is a buzz term. It's a platitude.
Right.
If you can't define what that means in like 3 words, then it's meaningless, man.
You can't be a pillar if you ain't here.
Yeah,
exactly. But it's like I mean, if you talking about like pillars in AEW, I mean, shit, Swerve is a pillar.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if you want to play that game,
like if we being real, the pillars have shifted. Like the pillars are no longer what the pillars were. Like I would say, Swerve, Ospreay, Kenny. Maybe we putting Kenny in there.
Tony,
Mercedes, yeah. Like those would be my new 4 pillars.
Right.
Yeah. There you go. So I mean, but that pillars conversation, bro. It's like that thing's so tired and old. Man. That's not that. Like I mean, but it even reminds
Swerve,
me of
Ospreay, Tony, and Mercedes. Those are my pillars.
Right.
But it even reminds me of like what New Japan did with like the Raid with 4 Musketeers, where like you're holding people to like these sort of like unreal expectations right out the gate. Like, and some people live up to like we're in Narita in New Japan. Like I don't really think that he's lived up to that sort of label, but like you got people like Yota Tsuji who has a rose to the occasion, and I showed Umino up and down. But like with the pillar conversation, it's just like I don't know, man. But we passed that pillar stuff.